Well, hello. Welcome to Week 4, Business 313, Retailing and Merchandising. I'm Ron Ballard, and I'm pleased to be with you again this week. This week's learning activities have you reading Chapter 9 and 10 and detailing the trading areas and site selections, both critical to the successful retail store placement. The retail site criteria assignment will be like the other parts up until now, using the template from the textbook, and we'll add a few more components to the retail merchandising project before we're through, such as financial analysis coming up next week. You'll also complete a discussion board this week where you will make recommendations after some analysis for a new site for a retailer of your choice. That ought to be both interesting and fun, so finally you'll complete the midterm exam that covers chapters 1 through 10. To avoid too much textbook repetition or overlap, we'll have a casual discussion this week, a preamble to the week's studies. What is a trading area, and why is understanding it so important to a retailer? When a site has been selected and a retail store has been built, it's not the time to consider factors like, is our location more advantageous than where our competitor is? Think Ralph's and Vons on the West Coast. You can bet that they considered aspects like parking lot size, that is, the number of parking spaces needed, is the location on the way to or from a logical destination like work, school, entertainment centers. Believe it or not, it matters which side of the road the store is on. Some drivers don't like making a turn across busy oncoming traffic, and they'll seek out a store that's on the easy to drive into side of the road, so on the right side, for instance. What about the corner of two streets? It sounds appealing at the intersection, unless local regulations prohibit more than one entrance, or prohibit left or right-hand turns when exiting the lot. Even median placement, existing or planned, must be considered so that travelers continue to go beyond the location, because it's just too difficult, maybe dangerous, and time-consuming to make a U-turn and return to go back and go shopping. Also, it is too near another Ralph's store trading area, such that the overlap results in the Ralphs competing with one another with one of their own stores. Now, most retailers think location, through with site and traffic studies long before construction begins. Now, demographic means income and disposable income affect the placement of a retail store. Can those residing in a 5-mile trading area afford to purchase at the needed volume and rate for the store to be profitable? Will the nearby neighborhoods be able to support the retailer, or will Ralph's, to continue with that example, have to rely on out-of-trading area consumers or passers-by and spot shoppers to be profitable? Marketing research can gather the needed data to model traffic patterns and consumer demographics and the number of competitors to battle. And it could very well be a no-go based upon the data, and better to know this than to proceed with a faulty plan. Back to the drawing board if that happens, and more marketing research to discover the best location. Marketing research will consider pedestrian traffic in busy metro areas or near universities and office buildings where workers may shop on their lunch hour. It is easy to get off and back on the interstate. Can you get off the interstate and get back on relatively easily? Is signage permitted near the interstate by local authorities to attract highway travelers? Looking at this picture to the right, the large building on the corner, notice any trouble spots that they may have missed? Is that an ingress point? That is, can shoppers easily enter the parking lot there? Or is it blocked for delivery vehicles or blocked altogether? This would mean that shoppers would have one way in and one way out on the other side. Notice the medians. This limits likely shoppers only traveling one direction on both intersecting streets. The turn lanes may help, so long as U-turns are permitted. Do you think this would be an ideal place to plant a new Ralph's Market? You ever heard of Jersey Mike's? I think Jersey Mike's intentionally hides behind shopping centers, behind strip malls in certain locations to save save costs for their franchises, because you have to really look and search for a Jersey Mike's. Now it happens to be that in my opinion, their sub sandwiches are worth every bit of it. They're worth looking up and doing a Siri search to find a Jersey Mike's, but you're not going to see them very easily, and their signage isn't very good, that's for sure. And here's one for you. Again, if you don't have Jersey Mike's in your area, you likely have a sandwich shop like Jersey Mike's. The sites are selected by the franchisee, and in this case, the New Jersey-based franchisor. One brings experience in choosing locations, and the other, the new franchisee brings local knowledge that New Jersey might not have. Still, Jersey Mike's are often behind shopping centers in obscure strip malls, sometimes seen from a street view, and generally have small signs that are easy to miss. The first time Jersey Mike customers would have to seek them out, so to speak. When I travel, that's me. I'll ask Siri, find the nearest Jersey Mike's, and if Siri can find it, it winds up being hard to get to. But in my estimation, they have the best subs on the market, short of the grinders you can buy in New York and New Jersey and the Boston area, so they're worth seeking out. And here's someone you don't have to seek out. Here's a store that you don't have to look hard for, because McDonald's seems to be nearby everywhere. Their site selection management teams and their marketing research teams are so good that competing fast food restaurants, they may forego marketing studies altogether. A few years ago, no McDonald's franchisee or company-owned stores ever shut down or went out of business. Zero. That's likely changed since time, say with COVID, but they are nearly a sure bet for other fast food joints. Even non-fast food stores recognize the degree to which McDonald's goes in selecting a site and choosing to be close by them. So a little bit of fun. When I was first in college, a freshman, like most college kids, I needed money. Summer work and savings typically didn't last 2 semesters, so I worked for Mickey D's, worked all of the stations, all of the shifts, and I'd have 144 hamburgers going, cooking at the same time. It ran like a sewing machine, smooth. It was just efficient, but one day I was asked if I wanted to dress up.
Alert from software update.
How about that? One day I was asked if I wanted to dress up as you-know-who, Ronnie Boy, Ronald McDonald. I couldn't resist, and for the balance of my Mickey D days at that store, I was their Ronald McDonald character, mixing it up with customers and kids and acting goofy, which still comes naturally to me. That Burger King is so creepy, and it frightens the kids. Weird face and smile, but who doesn't like a clown? It seemed like just yesterday.